Hey gang, Drex here from DrexFactor.com. Today, we're returning to the topic of writing choreography. In my last dance vlog, we talked about using blocking to break down different sections of a song and to work our choreography around it. Today, we're going to take a slightly different approach. What if I told you that to choreograph a dance or poi routine, you don't even need music at all? Madness, you say? Let me show you how to do it and why it might actually be a better idea than writing to a piece of music. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to give a shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Amazing Lights, Flow Toys, Spinballs, and Ultra Poi for helping make the videos on this channel possible. You can visit them all on the web by following the links I have down in the description of this video. So first up, I will totally admit that there's something that feels super satisfying about seeing dance, and specifically poi and flow arts dance choreographed to a specific piece of music. At its best, this type of choreography really works symbiotically with the music to enhance your experience while also giving you another level of art to appreciate. But there are also a few drawbacks. First, it can come to feel overly mechanical, especially when the way that you accompany the music becomes predictable to the audience. A good choreographer can vary how they approach accompanying the music, but it's easy for a novice to fall into this trap. Second, when you choreograph to a specific piece of music, you may find that your choreography is so closely matched to the song that there isn't any room to reinterpret it. One of the great ways that dance can be made to work as an art is by reinterpreting the same choreography in multiple contexts, giving it a different emotional core or putting it on different bodies or an ensemble. When you choreograph too specifically to a single piece of music, you can lose the flexibility to do this. Third, the music can sometimes become a distraction. Sometimes if you use a piece of music that's incredibly well known or is really unique, it can overwhelm the choreography, so that people wind up paying more attention to the music than they do to your dance. It was actually fashionable in the European juggling scene for several years to write pieces that were meant to work without any accompaniment at all. The idea was to try and hold the audience's attention purely with the aesthetics of the act itself, without having to use any music to assist it at all. I'll also say that I just really like how organic choreography written without the aid of music can be. It flows purely from the intention behind it, and there's something that I find really compelling about that. Okay, so the question is then, how do you choreograph in this way? So blocking is clearly out, but this is one of those cases where creating free association exercises can be really helpful. I'm actually going to borrow one from a dance concert I just went to this past weekend. It's made up of two components. For the first component, I'm going to think of someone whom I need to forgive. Someone who has committed an infraction against me or against whom I'm holding a grudge. I'm going to write a short phrase around that person. Next, I'm going to think of what it would mean to me to forgive them. Again, I'm going to try and express this concept through movement. There's no rules on how long or short either of these phrases have to be. Now that I have both, I put them together into one piece of choreography, meant to reflect the dual nature of my resentment towards this person, as well as the catharsis that comes from the act of forgiveness. And here's the fun thing, I can now reinterpret this same phrase in a couple different ways. Let's say that overall I want to convey the weight that this grudge has over me and the slow process of letting go of the resentment. With minimal changes, I can make this phrase breathe in such a way that it takes on a timeless quality that the original choreography might have lacked. Alternatively, I can reinterpret the phrase filled with anger and the stark contrast of wiping my hands clean of the situation. Again, this requires some minimal changes, but the core of the phrase is still intact. Because the choreography isn't wedded to any one piece of music, I can also now put my choice of music behind it to embellish it in whatever way I see fit. For instance, I can put something tender underneath it to make it feel more delicate and empathetic. Or I could put something more percussive and active under it, making it feel much more lively and energetic. Because there's no musical association built into the phrase, I can now use music to accentuate it in any way that I want to. Give this exercise a try. See what context you can put your choreography in and what interesting dynamics that pulls out of it. Or if you want a bigger challenge, you can go the European circus route. Write a piece with no music whatsoever and see if you can hold your audience's attention in complete silence. It's a huge challenge, but it'll definitely teach you a lot about compelling performance. One last thing, if you try either of these exercises out, please post your choreography to Instagram with the hashtag DrexFactorPoi so I can see your dance. Thanks so much for watching. If you got anything out of this video, please hit that like and subscribe button to help my channel grow. Special thanks to all of my awesome supporters on Patreon. You guys are the ones that make these videos possible. If you're not a current backer and would like to sign up to support the work that I do, please go to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. Thanks again, and peace.